Here's what I would say. I mean, I don't think there's any correlation at all. I think the bans on interracial marriage were about keeping two races separate so one race could oppress the other, and marriage is about bringing together two different sexes so children can have a mother and father. So it's not like I want to defend myself from the charge or want anyone to stop saying it. What I mean is the people who disagree with me, who believe that same-sex unions and opposite-sex unions are just the same with regard to marriage or any other public purpose and must be treated the same, because otherwise it's discrimination, that you can't also say this is not going to affect anyone else, so why do you oppose it? You have to choose one of those two things. If you choose the idea, if you believe and are committed to this new moral idea that the government should treat people who don't see gay unions as marriages exactly like we treat racists, it's going to have consequences for a lot of people. And I guess for me, that's just living in truth. And what I found is through most of this debate, gay marriage advocates want to have it both ways. It's not going to affect you or your family, so why do you care? It's just proof that you must be motivated by dark motives if you do it. And you're like a racist, even if they don't use the language. It's the whole equality. Equality is a sacred value in our culture. And so if you're going to advocate that government and law back equality as a sacred value, you can't run away from the fact that this is going to have consequences. Now, for me, it's not like I want to say, I don't want to defend myself from the idea, because I think the idea is wrong from the start. I think the unions of husband and wife are distinct, special, and necessary. I think Andrew Sullivan in particular, I was just thinking about this in response to one of the earlier questions, the idea that gay sex and straight sex are just the same because now we have contraception strikes me as a woman as just totally wrong. And I think the idea that these relationships, so for me, the question of whether marriage is good and should be protected and is distinct from other relationships is separate from the question of, therefore, then what do we do? If we think this, what do we do about gay people? And I think that there would be a lot of ways that we could help people lead their lives without gay marriage. But the problem is that it's no longer a debate about practical things we could help our gay friends and neighbors. It's about this vision of a new sacred value of equality, which is going to be mandatory for good citizenship if gay marriage advocates have their way. And that's why it's a clash in which it's difficult to compromise or to figure out a way out of the debate, except to say, if you can make that America, you're going to have to do it, because I don't accept the premise of your question. I think our marriage tradition is good, and I'm going to stand up for it.